Hello, and welcome back to Baba Is You. I took some time off camera to look at unsolved puzzles, and while I was stuck on most of them still, although I made some progress on some, Forest E, Insulation, is one where I have figured out a solution. Okay, it took me a minute to remember, but I remember now. I can push Kiki into the wall, and then say Kiki is up, so that Kiki is facing up. And then turn Kiki into a skull, and Kiki will open up a hole in the wall for me, which is actually really straightforward. So when we turn these into skulls, skulls move and swap, and so then at some point the swap goes away, and there's a hole in the wall, and I can just go and, oops, walk through it. If I don't kill myself first. Flags win. Alright, so that was not bad. I just didn't see that before. I think the fact that I could push Kiki into the wall right at the start maybe was something that I failed to see. But the other two puzzles in that zone I was still stuck on. And I also have not managed to make any progress. Let's see. I did make some progress on this, like I managed to get Kiki walking into, like falling down into this hole, but Kiki is still facing to the right, and so ends up between Kiki is Fall and Baba Is You. I also, when Kiki was standing on the cloud, I could turn Kiki into me, and then me could walk over here, but then get stuck on the cloud that's below me here. And so I need a way to Kiki to walk over here and fall down and walk to the left, and then be able to push part of Skull is Defeat out of the way, at which point I could win the room. But I still haven't figured out how to do that. So this one I also have made some progress on in terms of walking Kiki part of the way over here, and I get the basic gist of it. Kiki eventually is going to have to stand on top of some text, I think, that's like here. Perhaps text can't go into ice because the text will melt in the hot ice down here. Kiki is then going to have to walk on some object, a key or a UFO that's down here, so that I can push Kiki down to here. Kiki is the only thing that could get to the door, and so I need to get Kiki all the way down here, so Kiki will fall down to the door. And then, oops, I will need to say that Kiki is open, which means I need to be able to retrieve the text that says is open, so that I can then push Kiki into the door to get out. And so I've made some progress in there, but they're kind of like aren't enough pushable things to make the platforming work all the way. So making some progress, but that's the gist of it. And then this one, did we look at this one? Heavy words? No, I think this is a new puzzle, so let's take a look at this one together. Am I a rocket ship? I'm a rocket ship! Oh yeah! This is awesome! Zoom! Zoom! Alright, this is going to be the rest of the episode. Just me flying around in my rocket ship, which is amazing. Alright, that was good enough. Wind, moon is weak, dust, push is star, there's a star, there's a conveyor belt, belt is shift, text is fall, and float. Text is fall. Oh, text is fall. Okay, that's gonna be fun. And float. Wall is cloud and stop. Sorry, wall and cloud is stop. Rocket is you. Star is defeat. Dust is defeat and dust. I see. Okay. Alright. Well, I could say star is push, so that I could push this star somewhere out of the way. But then I also have this defeatable dust. Can I not just say dust is win, like, really easily here? What am I missing? I think I can maybe do that, but the issue is that, come on, Brian, use your words. Dust is also defeat, and so I defeat before I win. Where was dust defeat? At the very bottom. Dust is defeat and dust. Okay. So let's restart. So I did the star is push. So let's do that again. And then I would be trapped over here if I were to be silly and go across the shifting belt. And there's moon. Ah, there's weak. So I need to destroy some text probably somewhere. Or destroy the belt. Or a wall. I can't really get at those things. And the dust is weak wouldn't help me. Also, like, what is the purpose of this little area, really? I'm not sure. I could have moon be win at the end, which seems like a possible thing. But I need something to be weak so that I could push something into something. Right now the moon is weak. And weak items are basically if some other item collides with it, the weak item dies. Okay, I think I've reasoned out a bit of it, but it's useful to see the process. So, the words I have access to are star, dust, and moon. Star is defeat and dust is defeat. Therefore, the only one that I could say is win is going to be moon is win. So I think the only possible way to win is for me to get to the moon. That is the first thing I noticed. Then I also notice that I could get over to the moon if I were to say dust is weak, so that the star can be pushed into it and destroy it. So I can do that, and I can make it to the moon, and so then the question becomes, how do I say moon is win? And that's as far as I've gotten. And if I say dust is weak, moon is win is going to be hard to pull off, because I need to get the is out. Or possibly reuse another is from over here. I don't think I'll be able to do that. I can always push the star later. So let's try to figure out if there's a way to say dust is weak and still be able to say moon is win later on. Alright, let's just try kind of like obvious stuff at the beginning here. So I want weak to go down first, and I want is to go down second, and I want dust to go down third. So there's dust is weak. But now I don't think there's any way... Oh, I could get the is out. I could still get the is out. Ah, but in order to get the is out, dust would no longer be weak. And so even if I said moon is win now... oh, also at some point I said moon is dust, apparently. Oh, I didn't even think of doing stuff like that. Could I say, like, dust is moon? Okay, hold on. Let's look at another possibility. If I were to say dust is moon, could I then also say moon is win? And then I might not have to use any of the star and push and weakness? This is interesting. And can I say dust is moon? I can't say dust is moon because dust is defeat and dust. Dust is dust. Therefore, I cannot convert the dust into anything else. Okay. So that was nice to think about, but it's not going to work that way. Okay, so once again, I want to say dust is weak. So let's get weak out, and let's get is out, and let's push them down there. Somewhere in there I ended up saying moon is weak, and I did, or moon is dust. Okay. Oh, that's from pushing weak out first. I see. I think I could just push moon out first. No, because then I won't be able to get the dust to go on top. Let's not worry about that right now. For now, let's just get dust is weak, going where I want it to go. And... yeah. And let's just push moon out of the way and not worry about moon right now. Okay, so dust is weak. Oops, I forgot to do stars push. So we can get to the moon, and so the question is, how do we say moon is win? While... It would have to be while, right? Because the only way I can destroy the dust is to get in here, and then I can't get back out. So by the time I get in here, I already need to have moon as wind set up. So... okay, I have a vague idea. Can I write... if I write dust as wind horizontally here, then I can't write moon as weak. Or moon as wind, sorry, dust is weak. Yeah, that doesn't seem possible to me right now, unless somehow... can I reuse the is here somehow? Or push or something? Here's what I'm kind of seeing next. I could possibly move at least the word push into this area. Yeah, which seems like it might be valuable. Because I could move it back out later when I actually need to move it. Oh, no, because the text is fall and that just fell right through. So I can't do that. And so if I do this, then I could push this over here. But then I wouldn't be able to push the star later. Because if I do this, then the word star will just fall right through. Alright, so I don't think anything clever is going to happen there. So is there a way to say dust is weak and moon is wind simultaneously? If those are if they have to reuse the same is, one has to be horizontal and one has to be vertical, which means I have to make like a plus sign shape, which means I need to get like one of the words sitting on here and the other of the words. I've only got 5 words, and so there's no way to make a plus shape with gravity and falling going on with just those 5 words sitting right here. Alright, I think I got it, and this is pretty clever. There's 2 bits that are clever. One is we're going to start with win on the bottom and then put dust is weak on top of that. Because then, once we're done with dust being weak, we can just push weak out of the way and then push dust out of the way, and it'll say moon is win. The other, and I think this is the more interesting bit, and this is also where it's useful to take a look at some of the non-obvious aspects of the world. Why is this little hole over here? And the answer is because that's where the star goes. And the thing that we're going to use to... do I even need to push things through here? If dust is weak... I'm still not 100% there. I'm almost there, though. So I realized that I could do this. But I just realized now that this is still not quite enough. That's not where the star goes. I still need to push the star through there, I think. Because text won't destroy the dust. Only I will destroy the dust. And so now I don't have a way to get back there. And I still need the dust to be weak now, and I need to destroy it before I go in there, so that then later I can go and say moon is win. So, is there a way that I can use the star that way? That's what I need to know. So if I push the star here, so that it's in front of all of this, and then do the same kind of thing with star as push, in order to get around it. Oh, it's no longer push, and so I can't push it anymore, and it'll just defeat me. So is there a way to get star as push? Can I get push in there first, and then... I'm really close, I feel like. But I need a way to destroy the dust. And... I really thought I had all the pieces at this point, but I don't. I could use more words, but the text is floating and still doesn't destroy the weak dust. So the only thing I can destroy the dust with is my own body, or the star. Basically a pushable object, I think, needs to be destroying the dust. Is there a way for me to... I could get push in there first. Yeah, we saw this before, but that doesn't help me. Because... well, am I sure it doesn't help me? I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work for a variety of reasons. Like, I can do this and say star is push, but now everything's kind of boxed in. And we're stuck. And if I try to do it before then, I can't get in there to, like, push out of the way. So that doesn't seem like it's gonna work. Now, the other way to try to tease this apart, I suppose, is... darn, I really thought I had this. So once again, if I do when weak is dust moon, dust is currently weak, and just to demonstrate, I can thus break it with my own rocket ship and I can get to the moon. But the issue is I need to come back and say that moon is win at some point. And I don't see a way to do that after the fact. And I don't see a way to push the star. Wait, why did I have to push the star out of the way? Couldn't I still have the star? Hold the phone. Restart once more. I may have gotten myself a little fooled. What if I just leave the star there and then do the same thing? If this ends up being the solution, perhaps people were already yelling at me about it. I need to do that, and that, and that, and that. Right. And so now, I have a pushable star over there, which I can use to destroy the dust. Oh. But if I go in there to destroy the dust with the star, I mean, yeah, this doesn't matter. And I can't get the star back out to, like, push it out here and do something clever with the star. Yeah, it really feels like I needed to, like, push the star into the dust. Can I do that now? Hold on. Right, I just tried to do this. And the problem is I get rid of the rule star is push if I push this text through, because it ends up saying push is star. And so is there a way... if I had done that, the star still wouldn't have gotten there anyway. I would still need one more piece of text to try to push it through and actually destroy the dust while staying out here so that I could then go and update the rule. Alright, I think I'm getting close. Look at where I am now. I got dust is push in here, and then push the other dust in the sky to, like, hold something up. The problem is I'm still kind of short in is. But let's just show off what I did. Let's assume that all the pieces of the puzzle have meaning. So this little corner is here for a reason. It's here to store the star. This piece of dust right here is not just there to be decorative, it's there for a purpose. And so the key thing I want to try to do right now, I want to try to say dust is push, but not drop this is down into a hole in the floor. Is that possible? If I could get the star, oops, if I could get the star back out to, like, hold up the text, that would be useful. But it's the only possible pushable object from before, and back when the star was pushable, there's no way to push it out, right? It's basically, yeah, I had to push it down into here, and there's no way to lift it back up. So I don't think there's a way to get the star out to hold up some text in the meanwhile. So is there a way to say dust is push that doesn't involve dropping this is right here down into the hole? The only way I could get dust across is to have something for it to sit on, which I don't think I can do. So I think I have to say is push inside of there. Let me just show you what I did. So if I do this, we have push down inside of here. And then win and weak. I want weak out first, but if I push weak right now, then it's going to say moon is dust, which I don't want. So I'll wait until now to push out weak. And then I can also push out win, and push win down over here so that I can push more words across. And now I can get the is. I like the general format of the solution so far because it's kind of using all of the puzzle elements. It's using the little corner down there where the star is, and it's going to use the dust up here in just a moment, potentially, somehow. So dust is push. Now gives me the opportunity to get this piece of dust, which I could use, for example, for like holding up the word moon or something. But it seems like it's kind of too late, because I don't know how to get moon as win, because both of my is's are now down here where I can't seem to get at them. So the question is, can I preserve one of the is's so that I can say moon is win? Because once I go inside here, even though I could push around some dust, like, it doesn't help me get an is back out, right? Yeah, I can never get anything back out because of the conveyor belt. So I can get to the moon, which is great, but I can't get back out and try to make moon as win. So I feel pretty good about that, and so it's mostly about how to preserve the is. Okay, I have one more kind of vague idea. The star still seems like it's going to be a problem to me, but let's ignore it for just a moment. And instead wonder if I can get the word dust as push over here. So we'll use that corner to store the word dust. So doing that is also non-trivial. I'm also really not taking advantage of weak in any way, which bothers me a little bit, but let's not worry about that just yet. It could be that weak is just some text to throw us off. So I want to get the word dust down here while preserving the is. Oh, and this would give... Yeah, okay, this is pretty good, actually. I want to keep... I need to keep moon up high, though. I think I pushed these words around in the wrong order. Let's imagine that the word is was actually the word dust, and I'll fool around with this again later. But this would allow me to say dust is push, and then if dust is push, well, it's not. Then I could push this over here and keep the word moon high in the sky, and then moon still can't get over to is win, I don't think, even with the pushable dust. No, it would be, because I could push the pushable dust over here. Then this would fall down and say moon is win. And then the issue would be that I die on the star over here. Okay, I think I finally got it. I might have spent close to an hour on this. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put dust is weak down here like this. So if I say dust is weak and just leave it there as a platform, then I can push the word star onto the star, and that's fine. And now I can say win to the right. And then I can say the word is to the right. And then I can say the word moon. And now dust will continue to be weak. Moon is win. And I can blast through the weak dust and get to the moon. Wow. Okay. So I guess that did have a lot of red herrings, but I really wonder if this is going to be an alternative version that somehow needs you to push the dust or something. Let's take a quick look. Heavy cloud. Yeah. Alright, so what is different here? Text is fall and float. Wall is cloud and stop. Rocket is you. Belt is shift. Star is defeat. Dust is defeat. This looks exactly the same. Maybe. Right now, this... Oh, the star is up inside the cloud this time, rather than the star being here. Okay. I thought it was going to be an alternative version of this puzzle. And this time we're probably going to have to push the dust. Let me see how much video I have for today, because I honestly have no idea how far we are into the video, so I'll be right back. We're already close to a short episode length, but I want to play around with this a little bit while it's still fresh in my head. I realize there's not a little nook over here for the star to go anyway. And I want to start by just trying to do the same kind of thing I did before without thinking about it too much. And so I did a little dust is weak thing on the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that again. Dust can go over here. Actually, the way I've done this, I need to do this so that we can go on the right. Oh, but then dust can't go on the left. Okay. I already screwed that up a little bit. That's okay. Okay, so I want dust to go here, and then is to go there, and then weak to go here. All right, so dust is weak. So now all I need is moon is win, right? And it seems like I could still do that just by dropping star in here. And then, oh, I see the thing that I failed to notice before, which is there's a ledge here now. And so I can't do moon is win because I can't push words just to the right here like I could in the other one. Okay, so that's another difference that I didn't notice until I was acting it out. So that explains why we probably need pushable dust. Because if we had pushable dust, then we would be able to use it to... Still isn't immediately clear how I could get it all the way over this lip if we needed to get words over there, so this might be like a completely different puzzle that just looks similar. And so we have a pushable star. Okay, so on this one, if I could get to the pushable star... If I had moon as win right now, what's the issue? That I died at that. So I either need to make dust weak, or I need to get the star out and make it pushable. And getting the star out also requires making the dust weak. Or, alternatively, I could make the dust pushable, and if the dust was pushable, I could also get to the moon if the moon was win. So we definitely need to make moon win, because we can't make star win or dust win, because they're both defeat. So we have to make the moon win, and then it's either make the dust pushable, or make the dust weak. I think that is definitely true. We have to make moon as win, and we have to make the dust pushable or the dust weak. So let's quickly see, could I make the dust pushable in this one? And push is over here, and dust is over here. And so the question is, how could I possibly get dust all the way over here while still being able to set up moon as win? Well, what if I had moon as win on the bottom, and then weak would be a word that could sit on top? But I need dust to get all the way over here. So for dust to get all the way over here, there'd have to be 2 words below it here, and 2 words below it here. And even then, I don't know how I could get around it to push it over here. So I don't see dust moving to the right. So I think dust is push is maybe off the table. So dust is weak is the only thing that would be on the menu, I think. And if we start with dust is weak, then the obvious follow-up is to push the star and do something interesting with the star. So let's try starting with dust is weak. And in order to start with dust is weak, I need to do this to not destroy the moon in the process. And then I need is, and then I need weak. I might have just screwed up the order of this. Let's keep moon and win in that order for the moment. Okay, so dust is weak. This gives me ability to get at the star. However, the star will destroy me unless the star becomes push. So let's make the star pushable. And now the question is, can I not just push the star over there? Oh, right, I still have to say moon is win. Right. And so I don't see a way to say moon is win using this is. This is still plausibly useful. However, I will need the star to be pushable as well. So how can I get moon is win and star is push? And I need the star push. I don't need the star pushable anymore, do I? Why did I make the star pushable in the first place? I don't know that I had a good reason to do that. Can I not just say moon is win right now? I need the pushable star in order to get the words moon and win down into where they could reach the is. And even then, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. So, how do I get moon and win down into here, where I could drop the is down into there as well, using just a pushable star? It seems like the word win would want to go first, but the problem is it's just going to fall down there. Is there a way that I could have written dust is weak differently so that I could have more verticality with this? Or is there a way to do something else? Let me look at it briefly. I spent like another hour on this and came very close a number of different ways. But I think I finally just got it. Dust is weak, I can say on the platform, which is something that I'm not sure why it didn't occur to me before, but it didn't occur to me before. So I can get the star out here. And so now I don't care about the weakness. What I eventually want to set up is dust is push. And so long as dust is on top, and I eventually get moon is win, which is going to be the winning condition, then I should be able to rescue the word dust using the star, which goes like so. Push the word dust over here, lift up the star so I can get to the star again later. Push the word dust over here. Then we want to drop dust on a platform where I can get it. So I'm going to push it here. I need to lift the star up first. Hold on. I need to lift dust and the star up higher. Then have a platform where I can get dust as push eventually. Like so. And then we can drop in... I still have a problem with the star. What happened here? I can get the star out. That's fine. Okay. Then I'm going to get dust as push. So now the dust is pushable. And moon is win. And I think that's all I need. Pushable dust. Moon is win. Yes, I did it. Oh, thank God. I spent so long on that. But I really thought it was an interesting puzzle. I enjoyed that one, actually. Despite the fact that it was kicking my butt. We need to look at one before we end the episode. So let's take a look at the pit, which I believe is a new one that I haven't looked at. Yes, this is a new one that I have not looked at. I'm apparently the moon. Cloud is stop. Moon is you. There's an and. Star is fall and push. Fall is the thing I have trouble with. The gravity mechanic, like, just does not work very well with my brain. Door is sink. So we need an object got into the door. Skull is defeat, and I can't get through there. So we need a falling pushable star or something else being pushable. And using gravity. Something, something, something. Yeah, all right. I have it on screen. I can take a screenshot of it and think about it offline before the next episode. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Baba Is You. But for now, bye-bye.